So following on from a brief overview of how we get our bookings, it's one of those things where once you've got them, what do you need? And again, I didn't want to go down a food truck where you can just drive up and everything's there. Rightly or wrongly, some of them can cost an incredible amount of money, and I wasn't too sure. So I went for the barbecue trailer mounted thing rather than a pure gazebo with a charcoal barbecue back. I didn't like the look of that. I didn't like not that I'm moaning about anybody that does do that, but the clutter that seems to come with that. And so then once you get your bookings, it is really expensive. So your pitch fee can cost anywhere between £2,000 to £5,000 for your pitch fee, and you're paying that 6 months in advance. If you've got 10 events planned, you need a lot of money behind you. And some of that's tied up into the vehicle that you have, or your truck or your stand, and it is an incredible amount of money. And then you obviously have to buy your ingredients, there's all other bits and pieces. So each event can cost, on average, on the small events that we do, an average event just to get there, to unzip everything and to be ready to serve the first customer, could have cost us up to about £5,000. Is what we need just to take the first penny. All the things we need is just, so I didn't like the gazebo effect, so I bought a stretch tent. Like an idiot, I needed a gazebo. I had to go back and buy a gazebo, because if I'm on the beach, the stretch tent is the thing to anchor to. If I'm in a street food place, I can't pitch my stretch tent out, there's nothing to tie it to. So I then had to go and buy the gazebo. And again, I'd worked at events prior to setting up on my own, and I'd seen them in the wind. They're just not there in the morning. So my 3 metre gazebos was just over £1,200, with all the bits, the panels, the sides, the counter, the gutter to join them, the little other bits, the weights and stuff, and the bags to carry them. It's just a lot of money. But it is rewarding, it is fun. I'm really, really lucky that the staff I have are really good. They're quite engaging with people, or some people just work and let the more engaging members of staff crack on and do it. And we do have fun. And I think being able to change our offering to where we are also means that they're not getting bored. They're just not spending all day frying fish or rolling pizzas. You know, we're having and the atmosphere amongst traders is really good fun. I really like it. There is a real sense of community and yeah, so togetherness. You're all in the same boat. So if you're having a difficult day, it can get a little bit funny. No one wants to admit that they've been quiet. Everyone likes to say that they've made $1 million. But yeah, you do have the events where you don't do anything, and sometimes you do get a little bit pissy because of the money that you've tied up to get to those events and the stuff you need behind you. You know, we, on top of hiring, we luckily have a van that can get me there, but I then need to hire a refrigerated trailer. You can't, when you hire that, you can't tow it yourself. So you have to pay to get it towed to the venue, then it gets plugged in. We've already had the difficulty with getting a refrigerated van and the insurance involved that. It's another vehicle to get there. And so you're there and you have your stuff and all the equipment you need, you know, different utensils for the different allergens that you feel you may, if you want to go down that route of catering for dairy-free, gluten-free or vegan, or the different utensils you need for those. All the workspaces you need, and again, just keeping yourself clean and tidy is a struggle. It is a struggle. And the build up to an event, you don't get a lot of sleep, and it's not easy to sleep on site. But again, I'm painting a negative picture. This will be approaching my second full season, and if I really, really hated it, I wouldn't be doing it. So we have a lot of equipment, a lot of stuff that we need to take there, our counters, our chopping boards, our knives, our bits and pieces that we do for our sides, our different menus, or the allergens. bins, containers for water, because you have to get water from somewhere, and make sure you've got it there to be able to wash your dishes. If you do hook up to electric, so you do need lights in the evening, or to charge your iPad or your charger. So you do need a lot of stuff. And as I've alluded to, sometimes your pitch fees can be really high. So where I live in Plymouth, I thought I would inquire as to Armed Forces Day or the fireworks, and their response was that they wanted one trader to pick up the concessions for the whole event, and that fee was £25,000. And from there you could have 8 different food trucks and a couple of different paths, but £25,000, I can't do that. I can't do that. But we're getting in the right direction. It is really hard. When you start off, most people go, well, not on your CV or your ability as an organizer or a chef or a caterer. They're more interested in your social media profile, which if you haven't started yet, you don't have a social media profile. And I found that really tricky. I'm not the biggest social media fan. I've had to really think long and hard to get to this stage. But I am looking forward to it. We have some really good events. As I've said, this year we've got seafood festivals, we've got chili and cheese festivals, we've got Christmas markets, we've got Americana type things, we've got burgers going on, we've got a good variety of food, we've got a couple of weddings in the middle, which add a different pressure, but a welcome pressure and a good change of scenery. So it should be good.